Okay, Himawari, the time I'm recording this is straight up pissing me off, okay? Himawari can heal everything and anyone. Now, everyone will say this is strong, and I still say this is very strong. But I do think that there is some sort of weakness when it came with Himawari, and I may have accidentally found some of the weaknesses, I don't know. First weakness that I really did kind of looked out into is she uses the same, the same exact healing as the Sage of the Six Paths. So if you guys don't know, Sage of the Six Paths has this type of healing that Naruto used, when it came with Kakashi. Pretty much what happened is Kakashi stabbed in the eye. Pretty awesome, right? Naruto healed him. Boom. Pretty awesome. Then Naruto explained something very interesting. Actually, pretty cool, but people don't really, kind of pay attention to. He pretty much said he kind of, took a little bit of his DNA or something, and then just kind of made it new. And then the part that, I really didn't understand, but I kind of put two and two together, is, when it came with that power, he also kind of extracted some of his, right? Some of Naruto's, little own chakra with DNA and stuff like this. So, when it comes with Himawari does use the same exact, healing method, except in a greater scale than straight up healing an eye, because healing an eye is simply less chakra than healing a freaking dead body. And literally that's what she did to herself. She was literally about to die, and she goes, yeah, we're gonna heal that like normal. And that probably took a lot more chakra than most people really understand how much chakra a lot of things can take. But the thing is, I do think when it comes with Himawari and her healing powers, I really do think that the weakness actually relies more on not only her chakra, but also kind of her capability of being willingly healing, even though she's kind of low in chakra. I'll give you an example, right? When it comes with Ino, okay, so if you guys want to know how much a generic healing, ability is, right, you have to kind of look at Ino, look at Sakura, and then you have to look at people like Naruto, or practically even Boruto, or even, I don't think Boruto has healing, but you get what I'm saying? All the way to Himawari, and Sakura, and you know what I'm saying? All that stuff. And also I forgot Tsunade. So let's first look at, Ino. Ino literally could not do literally the basic healing, right? And when she did, it wasn't as good as Sakura, right? And keep in mind, even Ino, when she tried to do it, she didn't even master it, right? So she's not as good. She could probably heal certain wounds and certain like that, but she is not fully capable of it, because it takes a lot of chakra control and a lot of chakra just to do basic amounts of healing. Keep this in mind. This is also a technique that, she uses stuff like, mind transfer, which takes a lot more chakra control than practically, in my opinion, healing. But I know Naruto says, healing takes more, and that's just really how I see, the world in Naruto, right? But then when you look at, Sakura, and you look at Tsunade has a very interesting healing capability, and that is something called the 100 healing technique. This one can practically heal any wounds, even if there's a wound in the heart, as long as it's themselves, they can probably heal it within that. So overall, when it comes with that, it's pretty simple, pretty easy, but even then, it's still a lot of chakra. Actually, it could probably be as much chakra as probably, the Nine Tails. I'm not even kidding, because you have to understand the amount of chakra, one has just for that 100 healing technique, just to heal your body, is going to be immense. And keep this in mind, literally, Ino herself, she can't even handle healing on a basic form for a very long time. So when it comes with Himawari, one of her biggest weaknesses is probably herself when it comes with healing, and the will that she can have when it comes to heal, and that's the thing though. But also a second really incapability of pretty much anything, the most biggest weakness I can pretty much know is if she doesn't have a certain amount of DNA, or not a certain amount of DNA, but she doesn't even have, let's say, like a DNA strand or something, she can't heal that other person, which is not really of a problem, because we're all covered in DNA. Literally just, cut my hair off, boom, there's DNA there. You get what I'm saying? But overall, when it comes with Himawari literally straight up, her only weakness is pretty much the willpower of healing others, because the thing is, when it comes with the amount of chakra that Himawari will have to use later on, it's going to be pretty insane. And keep this in mind, though, right now, we're in the beginning stages of Boruto, meaning, things is going to look overpowered. Things things is going to look like, oh my god, bro, like everybody's overpowered. Like watch Sarada and even Himawari. I feel like Himawari is going to have one of the biggest weaknesses out there. Watch both of them. Straight up, I'm not even capping. Straight up, literally just be like, we're kind of weak for this, so we're just gonna give you a little bit of a break. Boruto and whoever's fighting, you can go ahead and fight. And overall, let's just you guys handle certain things. And that's because we're really in the introduction of Boruto, so things may look like it's overpowered. But I do think Himawari's biggest weakness is probably going to be, control, right? I will say, I feel like, the Nine Tails did help her with some of those weaknesses. But even then, if you really think about it, you kind of need some sort of human to help you out with. Because at the end of the day, if you do lose control with certain things, you could probably end up dying. But mind you, keep this in mind, Himawari does have an intense amount of chakra, and so much so, in my opinion, she has as much chakra as the Nine Tails. And the reason why I say this is literally because she got to hurt Naruto and the Nine Tails. So hey, Nine Tails, guess what? You got a little bonus out there, right? You know exactly how it feels to get hit by a Hyuga. But overall, when it comes with the Nine Tails and even Naruto, right, and like the chakras, I guess the amount of chakras, right, that they have is, I feel like Himawari has double chakra than the Nine Tails and Naruto combined. Because mind you, Naruto doesn't have the amount of chakra as the Nine Tails, right? It just only has 100 times greater. But even then, when it comes with Himawari, look at Himawari. Himawari probably has 2 times as much chakra as the Nine Tails, mixed in with the Nine Tails, cover, you know what I'm saying? And then you also have, the eye that she uses, which is going to be pretty much insane, the Byakugan. But overall, the entire weakness when it comes with Himawari is probably going to be control and probably going to be a lot of chakra uses. Keep this in mind, the more healing that you have and the more repetitive healing that you have, the more it drains your chakra, right? I mean, you can also look at Sakura in the war, or, even Tsunade and stuff like that, right? A lot of these people got drained in chakra just by healing alone. So healing itself isn't really going to be the biggest, problem when it comes with weakness, because the amount of chakra it's going to use is pretty much insane. And another thing is, it stacks up like crazy. Like one moment you could get hurt by a wound, the next moment your leg could be broken, and the more that you literally, the more healing stuff you do, the more it's going to be crazy. I will say I do have one final theory that is probably aka proven, or maybe not looked at, or even just a random theory, but I do have a final theory of Himawari's weakness, and that is the amount of chakra the other person has. So for example, let's say Boruto gets hurt or whatever, and he gets hurt in a place where he has a ton of chakra, and we're not just talking about 1, 2, 3, little types of chakras out there, right? We're talking about this part that he has, for some reason, is just packed ton with chakra. And imagine Himawari literally straight up saying she won't be able to heal simply because the amount of chakra Boruto has. So to be fair, if you really think about it, if that one is the weakness, it's going to be crazy. Because another thing is keep this in mind, DNA, and when it comes to chakra and even like blood and all these type of stuff, kind of links together in Naruto. So I won't be surprised if one of her weakness is trying to match up the chakra that the original person have. Keep this also in mind, Himawari also probably has more chakra than Boruto alone, simply because of the Nine Tails and all these other stuff. The problem isn't the chakra, right? I mean, if you look at Naruto and, Sasuke, technically Sasuke had more chakra in the beginning, but, it really depends on your technique and your capabilities on using some of these chakra. You could have a billion, a trillion amount of chakras, and one person could have like this much and end up defeating you because he knows more things about chakra control and all these other stuff to end up defeating you. So overall, when it comes with Himawari, I do really think that that's the 2 biggest weakness. I did have a third one in my mind, but I kind of forgot about it, but who knows, it might be there. But overall, when it comes with Himawari, I think one of the biggest weaknesses that we should probably look out for is probably stuff like chakra matching, or even just running out of chakra. Pretty simple, because again, keep this in mind, healing does take a lot of powers. I mean, it takes up a lot of energy, like straight up. It also takes up a lot of soul energy, because you got to understand, when it comes with this type of power, you're pretty much kind of cooked if you don't have the spirit just to do what Sakura does or what this does. You know what I'm saying? It's not literally because, you know, when it comes with, you know, Sakura, I don't think I call her useless, but, you know, I don't think that she's useless in a sense of like healing and support. I do think she's useless when it comes with, you know, power and stuff like this. But I do think Himawari will eventually go into that category, but in a much greater scale of certain stuff. But overall, let me know what you think about that. Other than that, that's pretty much it. And I'll see you guys later. I don't know. I'm literally, the time I'm recording this is actually on May. So straight up, I'm literally scheduling these videos for the entire summer. So I don't know. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. And I will catch you guys in the next time. Bye, guys.